Welcome back, dear student or students, all of you. My name is Jana. I am a well-being educator and assistant professor at Charles University in Prague. I love having you here in this massive open online course on student well-being. And in this video, I would like us together to look at, give me a second, to look at strategies to build your well-being effectively. As I previously mentioned a few times, everything that we are discussing here you can find in the book Wellbeing and Success for University Students. But for now, I'd like to introduce you what science agrees on, that effective positive psychology interventions or interventions in general have in common. So they are sustainable and they are effective. If I can say it just easily, what is suggested to do to sustain with potential change you would like to do in your life? If you're thinking about choosing some activities to incorporate them in your everyday life, or if you're thinking about making some habit changes, or if you would like to adjust your lifestyle, how can we think about the steps that are going to be taken in order to make it sustainable and effective? So let me present you this visual. As you can see here, so the science agrees on, or the most effective interventions have in common. On the first place, I'd like to say you choose what fits you. And let me go back to you so we can see each other. But yes, please. For example, in the book, you can find, as you already know, there are 10 building blocks of well-being. For each building block, you can find theory, up-to-date theory. You can find the assessment, the flower assessment, and you can find a lot of tips and you can find a lot of activities that can help you to build your well life. But I would like to emphasize, always choose what fits you. It's your decision. You're not mandatory to try every activity. You're not expected to listen to every tip. You're not expected to, or you're more expected, or I would love to suggest, is to rather look at the suggestions, not only in the book, but generally in your life. Contemplate, like take in the information, contemplate, critically think about what you've learned and think if you can implement it in your life, if it's gonna suitable for you, if you would feel comfortable, if it's something that you would like to try, and always choose what fits you. It's only your decision. What also helps is to tailor your new lifestyle or the activities um, or new habits to your current lifestyle, your university student lifestyle. Meaning, also, if you looked in the book, I'm not speaking generally to everyone. I'm speaking very specifically to university students, to you. And we are specifically brainstorming, you and I, in the book together, how to apply those tips into your lifestyle. Okay, so if you are not a morning person, you might benefit more from choosing or scheduling some activity that's going to help you to build your well-being after you come back from school, or vice versa. If you love or if you feel like your body really appreciates stretching first thing in the morning, don't wait for the afternoon if some activity suggests that, but really do it, or make it fit your current lifestyle and do it basically your way in a certain level. Give it time is another suggestion. So even though I'm a strong believer that even one-time activity or one-time realization or one-time tried tip can make a switch, can change us, can help us to change. Majority of interventions that have been shown as effective took some time. So yeah, behavior change is time demanding. Don't give up, sustain. Also, many activities, I always share this with students, or I'm sorry, vice versa. Students always share that with me, that first time you try some change or some activity, it might feel uncomfortable, or like you don't feel good in your skin because it's something new, it's something you don't experience before. Or maybe it's just, it doesn't even have to be difficult, but it's just not what you're used to. But by the time, if you sustain, if you don't give up, not only you make it more natural for yourself, but you're going to feel more comfortable in that adjustment or in that activity. But at the same time, you're going to see different results and you're going to experience different influence on you. So give it time. Then another tip is to focus on more than one building block of well-being. Science also shows that in order to support and build our well-being, sometimes we tend to focus on naturally on one well-being. Like, I'm going to work on my relationships. I know that I have not been making time or room for my relationships now, so I want to focus on that. Some of us focus on physical health, that we would like to eat healthier and all these things. But very generally, what helps us to build our well-being the best is to focus on more than one well-being, to keep on our mind that well-being is very complex. So yes, then choose mutual reinforcing activities. What can that mean is, if we flip it, that means let's not go for activities that go against each other. So let me give you an example. If you would like to build your physical health, and at the same time you would like to I don't know, you would like to build your economic security, you might not choose running or buying an expensive membership for gym. Even though it would be beneficial for your health, for your physical health, it might hurt you, or it might deepen your economical discomfort. So mutually reinforcing activities, thus this is something that goes hand in hand. But also another example of mutually reinforcing activities, well, some activity can, let's say, you can choose some activities that are a good fit for each other. For example, journaling and gratitude. So you can journal about what you're thankful for, and these two activities are basically multiplying the effect of each other. You choose and decide. What has been shown as helpful is when you have a chance to choose what you're going to do, or when you decide. Again, I would like to invite you, always take in the information, take the suggestion, contemplate, think about that critically, or think whether it fits your lifestyle, or whether if it's going to be helpful for all the building blocks you would like to build. And then you make the final decision. It also makes us more likely to sustain with what we are trying to create in our lifestyle, if we at least feel like we chose and we decided. make it accessible for you. Make it accessible means not only make it accessible financially, but also time-wise. So meaning choose tips or activities or do steps to build your well-being that are accessible for you, that are financially accessible. But also, you know that you have time for them. And or maybe they are accessible based on tools that you already have at home, or you know that you have maybe some previous experience with whatever you're trying to choose. Then give yourself flexibility. I would also say that yes, it very much helps to stick to plans, go step by step, and to work on fulfilling our plans or dreams, but at the same time, or schedule, to stick up with our schedule. But at the same time, give yourself grace and give yourself flexibility. And if you can't, especially, I know your schedule as university and college students is very unstable, very different each day. So if you feel like you would rather reschedule some activity that you had because you feel tired or you stayed longer for longer at school, do that for yourself, please. Give yourself at least a little bit of flexibility. It also helps us to stick or sustain with what we are trying to create here in our lifestyle. And of course, remind yourself. Reminders always help. Reminding ourselves what we want to do. There's several ways how to remind ourselves. I am just looking at my mirror where I usually place my sticky notes with things I want to remind myself, or I have a Sharpie and I just write it straight down. Maybe you're also like me and you like to write things down on your hand, or I don't know, create a new notification in your phone, or write down something on your notebook that you know that you always carry to your classes. Anything that you know that works for you, remind yourself what you want to do until it becomes natural and automatic for you. So yes, thank you so much for, again, being here with me, looking at strategies and tips evidence-based tips that can help us to sustain with what we're planning on. And I would like to invite you to another video, and let me have a sneak peek. Yes, it's going to be stress management. We are going to look at what can help us to manage stress better, because the goal here is not to avoid stress in our life. The goal is because it's not possible, and it's rather to cope with stresses and to regain energy to be able to face everyday life stress as university students, or even outside of our student life. Thank you for being here. I'm looking forward to seeing you soon. And in the meantime, be well. Thank you.